And now, the moment that you've all been waiting for.
Look, the people you are after are the people you depend on. Cook your meals, we haul your trash, we connect your calls, we drive your ambulances, we guard you while you sleep.
Get ready for the Kato and the TMOTT Crew Morning Show.
Do not fuck with us.
We've been doing this thing called Go-Go ever since we was 9 years old.
I know you didn't touch my goddamn radio.
We're just a product of all the bands and groups through the years. We done came up on.
Ever touch a black man's radio, boy?
What's your name is? From chants to R.E. back, jump, love, beats, and sugar fast. All rolled up in one. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you a little something else. One monkey tried to stop us. I bet he thought that he could. Man, you come down to 95. Nah, man. Look, one monkey tried to stop us. Oh, no. I bet he thought that he could. You big black dummy. Look here, sucker. Go is my business. Hey, business is good. Ooh. Listen here. I say I say oh. I say oh. I said go is my business. Hey, the business is good. I said, now don't nobody want y'all to know. Hey, we're coming at you like I think that we should. Yeah. Listen here, hold on, take it, baby.
Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Kato and the TMOTT Crew Morning Show. This is Kato here, bringing you that bump by bump rundown in that wide world of go-go. Yes, indeed. Look here, you logged into the best. I just got to tell you right now, you have logged into the best. And right now, this morning, without further ado, we got the Godfather himself, Chuck Brown, up in here. Yes, indeed. So y'all stay tuned as we talk to Chuck, and we're going to go back and come forward and go back and come forward again, y'all, because that's the way we do up in here. Yeah, go-go is our business.
I say oh. I say baby, go-go is my business. Oh yeah. Hey, the business is good. She's one hell of a. I said, now don't nobody want y'all to know. DC, we coming at you like I think that we should. Yeah.
First of all, we got the Godfather himself with us this morning, Mr. Chuck Brown. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, sir. Good to see you all this morning, up early.
Good to see you. First of all, I want to thank you for coming in and speaking with us, because
thank you for having us.
Yeah, I come from a big family of go-go folks who you just been the inspiration for all of us, and so it's such a big deal and a pleasure to have you in here with us.
Thank you.
And talking to us. And I guess first thing I want to start off is say congratulations on the new CD.
Thank you very much.
It's a really awesome CD, and the whole fact that we've been getting kind of information basically that it came out. What is that? Came out on the billboards hitting.
Yeah, number 2.
Right, hitting number 2 on the and that's awesome. That is.
Yeah, it is.
That just totally got everybody else. It got everybody else sized to the point of, okay.
That was the first week, I believe.
Right. From correct me if I'm wrong. The first one made the first week
out of the box.
Right out the box. And but I also heard it was number 1 on the independent charts.
Independence and number 37 on the 200
Yeah.
nationally.
So I know. How do you feel about that?
I feel very good about it. I'm proud, and it's been a long time since I had a studio go-go album out.
Right.
And it's a pleasure to be working with people like Chucky Thompson, and John Gotti Phipps, and also Raheem Devon, DJ Cool.
Yeah.
And we have quite a few writers. A young man named Uno.
Right. We just had Uno in here last week.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
Uno.
Yeah, I know.
That's my man.
Real good writer. Awesome writer.
Great writer. He wrote that Chuck Baby, and he wrote Block Party.
Right.
And this album to me is a warm spiritual family thing, even though it's not a spiritual album.
Right.
You understand? The spirit is there. My whole family is on there.
Right. Because you got KK on one of the songs. That's what I can
That's
also.
my little daughter. Yeah.
Right, and I can also say that it was also refreshing of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember. I don't have the CD on me, but I know it was one track on it that what number track was that? But it put me in the mind. Now I'm gonna tell my age right now, because all I can say when Bustin Loose came out,
when you didn't have no hair on your face.
I just remember being at the skating rink, skating the Bustin Loose.
Yeah.
But it was a tight. It had to have been like '78, because the song reminds me of a song you had called Game Number 7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't think of which song it was, but it had that whole vibe to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that warm vibe.
Yeah, it was another one that had the vibe to If It Ain't Funky.
If it ain't funky.
You know what I'm saying? So
It was funky.
I was good. If it ain't funky, don't you know we can't use it?
Use it now. That's good.
So I mean, but you
I was young then.
yeah, well, no, you still young now. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
They say you the youngest cat in go-go
Yeah,
right now.
right. I feel good about it. I thank God that I'm still able to wake up in the morning,
Right.
and look at my children getting ready to go to school. My boys, their voices as deep as mine. Come on, Daddy. I'm loving this.
That's awesome.
And then
That's awesome.
my son Nikos is in Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Now see, I remember him when you used to come over Keith's house. He was that little.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because he
yes.
playing football now.
He's 248 pounds, 6'3" and a half,
Yeah.
number 47. Watch out for him. And my other little son, Wiley, 188. It's right behind him.
Yeah.
And ever since they've been born, they came back to back, you know what I mean?
Right,
and
right.
ever since they've been born, Wiley's been trying to catch up with Nikos. And Nikos ain't gonna have it.
He ain't having
He
it.
ain't having that, And it's a competitive thing against
Right.
the two brothers. And he also wants to go to a different college so that he can play against his brother. I said, why?
Really?
And Nikos is going to run from him when he see him coming. He don't want to hit his little brother. He's one of the hardest hitting cats out there,
Yeah.
And he don't want to hit him. Why? I say, well, I want to hit him.
That'd be an awesome game to see, though.
I don't want to see that. I want him to go to the same college.
Yeah. Well, what college is he thinking about?
Virginia Tech.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that because I think I seen his MySpace page, and like I said last time I seen him, it was used to have the two little boys with you.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And I'm like,
Wiley was
man,
about
look
one,
like, yeah.
and Nikos was about 2.
Yeah. So that's really awesome. So if you can speak for them, how they feel about having such a a vicious pop.
They're very proud of their daddy, you know what I'm saying? And I love my kids so much. I love all kids, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, all people, I love everybody, you know what I'm saying? But my children, they're very proud of me, and I'm very proud of them. Yeah, and they're musically inclined.
That's what I was going to ask you
Yeah,
next.
Wiley, he raps. He plays a little keyboard and a little guitar. He's, you know what I'm saying, he's taking his time, like me. And Nikos, he can rap and sing, but he's not quite interested in that now.
Right.
The only thing he wants is that football, and that's good.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
he's
good.
very focused on that.
About how old were you when you first started?
When I was a little boy, I started playing piano in the church when I was around 7 years old.
Okay.
And I fooled around up until I was about 13. And at the age of 11, I started preaching.
Oh,
and
really?
I preached until I was 13 years old.
Uh-huh.
And my mother kept me in the church and did not allow me to play or learn how to play anything else but gospel.
It's gospel. Okay.
I preached when I was 13, till I was 13, and I met a little girl. And I haven't preached another sermon since.
Okay.
The young lady was, a little older than me, and it was quite an experience. Yeah, so, but then when I got serious about me, I left home after that. I left home between 13 and 14 years old.
Okay.
And I wasn't interested in music no more till I was like 24. That's when I learned how to play a little guitar.
Self-taught?
Yeah, I would say so, because I've gotten pointers from other guitar players, and I've been inspired by a lot of guitar players.
Right.
And I've gotten pointers by guys that I went to school with that could play a little bit, and they showed me what they know. And I took it and went from there. But overall, I'm self-taught. Okay. You play just guitar, play keys as well? Nothing. Well, I still can play a little keyboard, but I don't mess with that. There's too many great keyboard players out here. I'm satisfied to be able to play what little I can play on the guitar.
But your ear hears it all, though.
You better believe it now. Absolutely.
So, and I would say, now I'm going to tell you another story. Go back. This was during the time when Go-Go Live at the Capitol Center came out. And so I had got the video, I'm sitting on, and my pops, he passed away now, but he was laid across the couch, kind of drunk a little bit, I'm sitting there watching the video, and the pop come on where you're performing at the Capitol Center, John. So he pops up and he say, "Lil Bo Diddley," like that, right? So I was like, "Well, nah, Dad, that's Chuck Brown." He was like, "Nah, we used to call him Lil Bo Diddley." I mean, they used to call you that, or?
Yeah, man. Back when I was a kid, when I was young, I used to just sing and fool around and just singing with the boys on the corner and in the school hallways but when I learned how to play the guitar, I won't go through details about
right
where I learned to play at. You know what I'm saying?
You just got
where I learned to play. See, a lot of people already know where I learned to play,
right,
and where I got my.
I know that. That's why I didn't get into that.
You follow me?
Yeah. I can
so when people used to call me to the house, little house parties, cookouts. It's just I had an acoustic guitar. Just play and sing anything. Ray Charles, Otis Redding, any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And man, next thing you know, I was every week somebody was inviting me to their house. I was a bricklayer and a truck driver at that time.
Okay.
And every week somebody was inviting me to their house. And I got real known in people's houses. I wasn't looking for no money. I was getting fed.
Okay.
Barbecue and beer.
Is that with Friday Night Fish Fry coming?
Oh, definitely. Louis Jordan. He put that out a lot of years ago.
Okay.
And I decided to cut that.
All right.
But anyway, so next thing you know, I've gotten so much encouragement and inspiration. People were advising me to get with a band. And so I got with a couple of bands, the Earls of Rhythm and a group called the Los Latinos. The Los Latinos, I had to replace a keyboard player. We was playing top 40. And this is where I really learned to play. I learned all the chords to all those top 40 songs that we were playing. We do about 10, 12, 13 a night,
Right.
And then after being with them for a while, I got that experience. I just had a bass player and percussion.
Right.
And the boys that they sing a little bit, Man, I got so much experience from them guys. I said, I'm gonna get my own band. Okay. People kept telling me, you ought to have your own band, get your own band, and that's what I did.
Okay.
And that Latin feel, Joe Manley and Tommy Smith had the best organized choreography I've ever seen. They could play and dance at the same time. And they were great Latin dancers,
Okay.
And, I went to school with both of them.
All right.
And that Latin beat that they had, I love that. So when I put my band together, I kept that ingredients. And then I added some, a drummer.
Right.
and I added cowbell play. We played cowbell, a couple of horns, and I stuck with that for a while. And went on with that, and then it came to be a little popular around town.
Okay.
So after we were doing, I would say, after we've been out there about a year and a half, we started doing cabarets. Marion Barr in 1968, he came through and started booking us, and Pitch Red Carpet Lounge and Breeze. You remember Breeze's Metro?
Of
Breeze
course.
came out to Ebony Inn and got us and took us up to the Pitch Red Carpet Lounge. Ebony Inn, we were playing there for about a year. Barbecue and beer.
Okay.
A year for barbecue and beer. And a little change, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Next thing you know, the line was getting long down Sheriff Road. Cars started lining up. Now I said, all right, now it's time to get paid,
Yeah.
And so Breeze came out there and said, man, how much y'all getting out here? I told him. He said, well, I can take you uptown and give you $2 more. I said, let's go.
Yeah.
And that's where we got the exposure at. Breeze is one of the first promoters that got us exposed to people like Marion Barr, and then when Bobby Bennett came in town, he started working with us and helping us,
Right,
and Congressman Yeldell and all of them used to come through. Pitch Red Carpet Lounge was the most exclusive black hotel in the city.
And that was located where?
It was located right up there on Belmont Road, 15th and Belmont Road.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very historic, I haven't been through that in a while, but I hope they haven't torn it down.
Right.
I really do. And so we got a lot of good notification up there. A lot of people started coming through and started booking us for cabarets and things.
Right.
And from then on, we were doing pretty good. In 1972, I wrote a tune called "We the People." I had about 8 members in the band then.
Okay.
And that did pretty good. And the first record we ever cut, and the next record we cut was "Blow Your Whistle."
Now that's the one I remember from the movie Johnny Tough. That was in the movie called, at the very end of the movie. Boy, that was a while.
Well, that was "We the People" and Johnny Tough.
Okay.
That was "We the People" then.
Okay, but I was, because now when I'm talking Johnny Tough, I'm about 10 now.
That little movie, yeah.
Right, but I'm remembering the end, and just as it go off,
They hit it.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that also gave us a little notification,
Right.
But after that, 1972, I was trying to create a sound of my own.
Okay.
I've always admired James Brown. I have so many artists that I admire and I was inspired by.
Right.
From jazz, blues on up. I can go all the way back to Muddy Waters, Lightning Hopkins, Howlin' Wolf, Guitar Slim, of course, B.B. King. And, I can go all the way back, and then the jazz musicians that would inspire me, Wes Montgomery, Kenny Burrell, Charlie Christian, of course, Charlie Bird here in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And my main man, Bobby Parker.
Right.
I saw that kid on the stage when he was 16 years old with Paul Hucklebuck Williams Band. Matter of fact, I was talking to Paul's son up in New York City on an interview that I did up there. And Bobby Parker was 16 years old, man, tearing that guitar up. And I said to myself, when I make up my mind to stop getting in trouble and do the right thing, I want to play like that young man.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. And
so those were the folks who inspired you more.
Oh, yes, definitely. And Billy Eckstein. I could go on and on and on.
Right.
Price Sock, But as far as when we got to the point where we could work every week, 5, 6, 7 nights a week, and that was a good part. That's where all that energy came about, and the creativity. While we were on stage, we create something. But I was looking for a sound of my own, that We the People thing, and then we did the Blow Your Whistle,
right.
And then in 1976, Grover Washington came out with Mr. Magic. That beat. I remember that beat when I was a little boy in church. The saints used to jump and shout off that beat. It was real fast. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to love to hear.
Yeah.
When I heard Grover Washington come out with it, I said, "Oh, I think that's what I'm looking for."
Okay, that's
so I
gonna
took
work.
that beat, slowed it down, and then we change it up in different ways.
Uh-huh.
And it's the type of groove that it sticks with you.
Okay.
And, we did quite well with it, and that's when I decided to use that. We was doing Mr. Magic, and from there, we was doing Top 40, of course. And
right.
From there, we used to break it down and put the percussion in between and talk to the people, and they loved it.
Did you have any idea that it was gonna pick up just the way it did?
Well,
and
way it
flourish
did.
the way it did.
When I was looking for a sound of my own, it didn't work like that. But I was gonna call myself the Soul Searcher. That's what I was gonna name myself. But then that hit me as a maybe the band members may not like that as I'm looking for some guys with some soul.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know that ego thing. I had to chill that out because I didn't want the band members to
animosity.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I named the whole band the Soul Searchers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then later on, the people started calling it the Fan. Chuck Brown, the Soul Searcher.
Right. Oh, right.
Chuck Brown and the Soul Searcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
excuse
me as well.
Yeah.
So it's like it picked up now. We had Funk in here a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
and Funk he had said there's exactly where you sitting at, and he talked about. He said Chuck was the one who made me talk. He said, matter of fact, I remember. He said I remember the night he was out there, and he said I was trying to press some girl, and he was like, "Come here, son. You gonna talk on this mic?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And because I had him playing records for me on my break.
Right.
And he's such a nice young man, people seem to like him. He didn't say nothing,
Right.
And so I told him, I said, "You're doing good, man, but you need to talk. You say something. Take this mic and start talking. I like the way you coordinate your music, the way you format his music, one record behind the other, and all. Like the radio.
Exactly.
And he's good at that. I said, but now you need to talk. Okay, so he started talking. I said, okay, now you're talking. Now we need to work on your diction.
Yeah, that's what he said too. He said pronounce your C's and your S's.
S's, and I want to hear all of that.
Yeah.
So he worked on that, and I said, man, I like you listen to people, man, And I said, you're going to be all right. I said, you're going to be on the radio one day. Pursue that. Focus on that. So, and you ain't going to be out here just playing on bands' breaks. Because he got more gigs,
Right.
Playing with me, he was, he got quite a few gigs, with other bands.
Yeah.
And I thought that was real good, man.
Uh-huh.
So he just kept moving up from there. Next thing you know, James Funk is the man.
How about that?
Yeah, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're fondly people outside of DC who looks in at Go-Go may not know, but everybody here, you're fondly known as Pops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
love
saying?
That. I love that.
And that's referred to you with love, like a mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm loving that.
And you got so many people who you've given advice to or given words to who I've heard so many different stories about, just basically, being around you or able to work with you even for a hot minute, that they learn a whole lot about the business.
Yeah.
That's a...
Yeah, dude, yeah. I appreciate that. They teach me a lot, too. And that's one reason I'm still out here, the inspiration from these young people. And, of course, God, my family, and my fans and the bands and all the musicians that have worked with me through the years. All of this is my inspiration. And these young people out here, they keep the old man hip.
Yeah.
They keep Pops hip, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love it when they call me Pops, and I got to give the people their props.
That's awesome. Because we were out there, as a matter of fact, that may have been back like in 2002, the first time. We had this seminar out at the In Cleveland,
Uh-huh.
at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like it was an awesome thing being in there, seeing, not just seeing you in there, but hearing your music play throughout the building, you know, having this big display that they had on you to know that and we here always say they finally recognized, but you've been recognized. That's, you know, that's a lot that we here don't really understand.
46 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
46 years. And I'm glad that I didn't stick my name out there as a Godfather. The people did it.
Right, of course.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. I didn't have to prove nothing to nobody. All I had to do was just keep playing for the people. And you know, James, that was before Ray Essence was ever formed.
Right.
James was playing records for me.
Right.
And then when they got the band together, I went down and helped them. And I had the pleasure and the honor of producing their first
Body Moves. Right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but you also,
and Little Benny.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I mean, he was a little cat.
Right.
That little man, he a little man with the big voice.
Yeah.
Got to stick him out there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm thinking about the time I'd seen them back at the Room years ago. And DJ Cool, you know, he wasn't as big as he is now, but he was DJing at the Room. Mm-hmm. And they had went into the Good John, you know. So I remember DJ Cool asking him over the mic, said, asked him something about that. And who wrote that? And they were like, well, Chuck, this is one of Chuck Jones. Chuck wrote this song for us, you know, which was another awesome song, you know.
So I gave it to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They put them out there on their album, you know.
Right.
That Body Moves was hot, wasn't it?
Body Moves is, to me, personally, still one of the my top 10 favorites of all time.
You know,
it's definitely a classic.
Yeah, and these young brothers, they're the pioneers. You know what I'm saying? And, EU, I saw him the first time. He was like 17 years old. We played down at the Hurricane Club on South Capitol Street.
Sugar Bear, okay.
Yeah, I think the Whispers was there. The Delphonics was there. Mm-hmm. And what them other boys? Have you seen that? What's the name of that? They was there, and we opened up for those guys. Stylistics,
okay.
Yeah, and Sugar Bear had pretty big, a young man with a big old band.
Right.
I said, that young man, you know, he gonna do it. You know, he gonna be out here a long time. See, people like him, they're pioneers. They're the pioneers. Then you got Rasses came along behind them. You got Junkyard. Right. Love me some Junkyard.
Yeah.
Then you got Trouble Funk. You understand?
Yeah.
And then you got Backyard, and then you got a lot of new bands coming.
And it goes on.
They're doing go-go.
Right.
Now, how do you think that make me feel?
That's what I'm saying. That's a product of your idea of saying I got to develop a new sound.
Right. It's inexplainable.
To this day, that it's become not only. Can you get that? It became not only a music, but a whole way of life of us. It became inbred that it's to the point where it's our culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, I can't imagine how that would make you feel. I mean,
yes, it's a very. I'm telling you, man, it's a spiritual feeling, man. You know, I grew up in the church, man.
Yeah.
You know, things that are good, man, to me are spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And that happened. That was something that happened good. Something good that happened to me.
And you had no idea.
Thank God, you know, but I had no idea it was going to happen like that.
Okay. Once you meet Miss Nena, that's I say one of the other hosts. Yeah, she's one of the hosts as well of the show. So, okay, I'm gonna call a break right here, and so we can set that, and then I kind of want to get into the inspiration behind Bustin Loose. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, look here. We're back up here on the Kato and the TMOTT Crew Morning Show. Once again, we got the Godfather himself, Chuck Brown, with us. And before we left, before we play some of that good Chuck Brown music, wanted to I got first asked your inspiration for Bustin Loose, which probably correct me if I'm wrong, turned out to be one of during that time your biggest hits. I mean, to the point where it hit Soul Train and everything.
That was the number one in the country for at least 2 months.
Right.
Billboard
And
No One Got
And that's
And
awesome.
it's still popular. It's a household tune, even for the
Yes.
kids, the honeymooners. Even
Yep.
the kids know that song today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, inspiration behind that, or was that?
Well, at that point in time, I was a little uptight, and I just felt like busting loose.
Okay.
and that's what happened. I had to sit down. It took me 2 years to write this song. I started working on it in 1976 at the Maverick Room.
Okay.
At the same time, I was hooking that go-go thing together, And, of course, I hate to say I had to change quite a few musicians to get it to the point where I wanted it. Because, some musicians, they're good musicians, and jazz musicians, very technical and all that, but something like that was a little too simple for them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I had to change those guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And but they've worked with me since.
Right.
Some of the guys. And so in 76, I started writing it. And then 78, it was tight enough. We played it.
Yeah.
Played it every gig. And back in those days, I used to tell the kids, follow my orders and bring your recorders.
You started that.
I started that, bringing boxes up on their shoulders and taping. I didn't mind it. I thought it was a great thing.
Yeah.
I heard my voice at the band all over the city.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, they were selling them. One cat would ask another, "Hey man, give me a copy of that tape." I sell you a copy.
Right.
You follow me? And it went on, and next thing you know, it was
right. Yeah.
It's to where it is now.
Right. It got out of control.
The bootleggers, I'm sick and tired of bootleggers.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very sick and tired of bootleggers. They take food out of your family's mouth.
Exactly.
And people that are buying the records, I love them so much. But God bless you for your support.
Right.
But don't support the bootleggers.
Right.
Go to the
Supporting
record
the wrong
store and
people.
buy the record legally, like we've been doing all our lives.
Right.
That's the way you do it. And so I appreciate all the love and support that Washington D.C. fans giving me. Man, they stick by you through thick and thin. Whether you're up or down, they right there by you. Always gonna be somebody come see you when you play. You know what I'm saying? Don't care how far down you are. And that's what I love about D.C. D.C. have the type of love that spreads across the country. Everywhere we play, we can play New Orleans, New York, Chicago, anywhere. It's going to be some D.C.
You're right about that.
And all over in Germany and Japan.
Yeah.
D.C. fans. Show them how to get down with the band. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That's true. That's true like
I'm
a
telling you,
mug.
man, it's amazing. It is amazing how D.C. fans are so loyal.
Yeah.
They're so loyal. And we have fans follow us from one city to the other.
Okay. And just to show, like I said, we got the TMOTTGoGo website, and of course, people all day they're talking to music all day on the message board. So we asked them, we asked a couple of them if they had any questions we would like to ask Chuck, and I think Tyra got a couple of the questions they wanted to ask. If you had if you had the opportunity to ask Chuck a question, so if you could, I guess, read a couple of those before we roll out.
Yeah. Southern Roots from the message board. He wanted to know, do you consider gospel go-go authentic go-go, and what do you think about gospel go-go in general?
I love gospel go-go. It's like I told you, it's a spiritual thing.
Right.
When I started it, it was a spiritual thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
The call and response to the crowd, and back and forth. They all feeling that same vibe because at that point in time, I walk in the club. There's a whole lot of tables and chairs and people with mink coats and neckties on and things like that. But when we started at Go-Go, the neckties disappeared, the mink coats disappeared, the tables and chairs disappeared, and the floor was full. Okay. And in 1978, we recorded Bustin Loose.
Right.
And it was real tight because we'd worked on it for 2 years, like I told you.
Right.
I had to change a few of the musicians, which I hated to do. It's depressing for me to do that.
Right.
But I had to do what I had to do.
Of course.
Yeah. And the record came out the best thing I ever done.
Isn't that something? See, so it was worth all that.
It worked. Of course it was.
Then something that's interesting before we ask the next question.
Sure.
About Bustin Loose. I don't know if and something I caught is Bustin Loose is going off at the very end when the horn is playing. It's playing the horn line to We Need Money. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's yeah.
My man Leroy.
Yeah,
he gave me that idea, that inspiration, because I gave him a solo at the end of the song.
Right. So I always considered We Need Some Money a continuation of Bustin Loose because of that.
Right. I love that. Yeah, I love that. That was the idea of me put them horn parts in We Need Some Money. Right. Now, it took me 2 years to write Bustin Loose. Right. It took me 15 minutes to write We Need Some Money. And you know what? I am not a writer. I'm not a lyric writer. I write hooks. Okay. You follow what I'm saying? Right. I write hooks. It's like on this album here, I wrote a few hooks. I'm not a long storyteller. Yeah. It took me 15 minutes to write We Need Some Money. Inspiration. Deep inspiration. You got to be inspired to write anything. Yeah. Good or negative. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Deep inspiration. My pockets was deeply empty. That was what inspired me. I need some money. 15 minutes.
Gonna squeeze on it till the eagle grin. You know?
Yeah, man. Yes, indeed. 15 minutes.
So, what's the next question from the board?
Pretty Girl Keisha.
A lady by the name Pretty Girl Keisha. They got funny names.
She wants to know about your cowboy boot collection. Like, do you how many cowboy boots do you have?
I've got lots of cowboy boots. I love me some cowboy boots. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a cowboy. And y'all remember back in the day when I was wearing cowboy hats? Y'all remember that? Yeah. With the snake on top in front? Yeah. That was the days, man. With them jeans, and I'm still got my jeans and my cowboy boots on. And it makes me look taller. Right. It makes me feel taller. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Who's the next question? Who was it from?
Preston. I was going to ask Preston.
Okay, Preston.
He wants to know where Show You Right came from. That saying.
Oh, Show You Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an old saying. Something I just picked up, you know. I'm gonna say this, you know. I was in the joint, man, you know. I picked it up in the joint. Okay. And brought it out here in the street. Okay. Then I heard Aretha Franklin do it. I said, all right, just catch it on. Right.
Yeah, because we were doing it here. I went in the Army, and I was telling my sergeant something, man. He didn't believe me. Yeah, Show You Right. And I'm like, what do you know about shit? That's a DC thing. What do you know about Show You?
Come out the joint with that.
Okay. What's the next question?
I wanted to know, you know, Scooby from Listen to Group, he is basically known as the godson of Go-Go now. And I wanted to know how you felt about that.
Oh, I think that's great. He follow pops. Right. He's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. And, you know, I felt so thrilled when the bands started playing that groove. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can vary the beat in any kind of way. You know, I had Ricky Wellman, man. He's an awesome drummer. Yeah. And his father was my first drummer when I first put the band together. So that ingredient said Ricky was about 8 years old. I said, okay, I'm going to wait till he get old enough. And I'm going to put him in here because he was a monster at the age of 8. And by the time he was 19, I said, come on here, boy, play with me.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened.
The last two.
Okay. The next question.
Next question.
Londa, 5'1", wants to know about your weekly schedule. Do you plan on having another weekly schedule, or are you just going to do holiday shows now?
Yeah. I'm planning on having another weekly schedule. You know, like I love doing weekly go-go. Mm-hmm. I used to work 7 nights a week, double, triple gigs on weekend. Right. All up at the Black Hole, Maverick Room, Grubler Burn, you name them, I've been there. Presidential on before it was named Legitimate Ballroom.
Did you ever hit the Las Vegas 5,000?
Ooh. Yeah, you better believe it. That's where we recorded, what was that thing we recorded down there? We recorded a live album down there that was, you know, cassette thing, you know?
Yeah, okay.
That's, man, it was wild. It was nice, you know? Yeah. And we did Go-Go Swing at Crystal Skate.
Yeah, that I remember. Right. That I remember.
Yeah, we recorded that at Crystal Skate.
Okay.
And, that night, man, the vibes was nice and tight, you know. Yeah, Leroy.
Yeah.
You been some of that horn right now. Boy, that guy can play that horn, couldn't he?
Well, how that said that old thing is something from Norfolk State. Sometimes they go, they just can't wait.
Yeah, man, I used to do all right, but I forgot all that stuff. You still remember?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, all everybody from Norfolk State. You come down to get down, they just can't wait, you know? Yeah, man.
All right. Any more questions from them?
Let me see. One, Scottsdale wants to know, what is your favorite musical composition?
My favorite musical composition, you mean that I have done or by anybody?
Did he say?
He didn't say, but I would think maybe by
I would
anybody.
say
I
by
don't know.
anybody.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, my favorite musical composition of all times,
Yeah.
I'm omitting the blues. See, if you gave me categories, I can give you
Right.
my favorite in certain categories. But overall, I'm going to give you a spiritual one. Sister Mahalia Jackson,
Okay.
Troubles of the World.
Troubles of the world.
Spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Now, speaking of my overall favorite music, I saw a movie called The Godfather, 1972.
Okay.
That melody stayed with me. Never tried to play it. I did learn to play it at home.
Yeah.
Never tried to play it on the gig. We just went in and we recorded it.
Yeah.
And now we play it.
Yeah.
Show you right. But so it's hard to pick out any of my, any other favorites except categorically, the blues and the jazz and the country western and the pop, we
Right.
go all through that. I have favorites in all those categories.
Okay. Now I thought, to me, at this new CD that we got, I thought that Godfather, I'm like, if this is not the perfect song for the perfect guy at the perfect time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, and it's interesting you say you should have been done that, because I say that. You know what I'm saying? You've been wanting to do it for years.
You all did.
Like that's what I'm saying. You know. That old and the whole Chuck Baby saying, and I guess that come from us to the crowd too, right?
Of course,
Chuck
y'all
Baby.
started that.
And the wind me up, Chuck.
Y'all started that. I didn't. That's where the inspiration come from. You all.
And we still doing it.
People,
You know
God bless you. Love you to death.
And and I guess, like I say, I couldn't imagine that feeling up there of getting that. I ain't even gonna say yelled at you, yelled to you. You know what I'm saying? That's like a form of
I want to tell you, how that
acceptance.
started.
Like,
I'll tell you, that started way back around 1977. I believe it was 1977. Playing the Masonic Temple, right?
Yeah.
Everybody handed me notes. I ain't got time to get into the song. I'm running my mouth, got the groove on. Everybody handed me these notes. Big signs all up in the way. I can't see who's holding the sign, all in front of his face. And it got a little confusing, right?
Yeah.
This happened one night. I'm reaching down trying to read the note, and here comes a cat with some other names want me to. No, read this, Chuck. They ain't never get this. I go, come on, man. What y'all doing? Now I'm ready to do some music now. Called all these damn names all night. I'll come out and call your name later, my brother. All right? God bless you. All right? Chuck Baby, don't. They started at Masonic Temple. I'll never forget that. And they've been saying it ever since.
Look at
Now, to Wind Me Up, Chuck.
Yeah.
When Bootsy Collins came out with Wind Me Up, we was playing at the Maverick Room.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night. And Bootsy, we used to hit that jump. We was killing that jump, you know. And ever since then, every time we finished the song, they was hollering, "Wind me up, Chuck, want to do it again?" Wind me up. We did the song like 4 times in a row one night.
Right. Yeah, that was a powerful joke.
Wind me up, Chuck. Say what now? Wind me up, Chuck. Y'all spoiling me. Wind me up.
I'm saying, see, you winding us up now. See?
Oh, man.
It ain't even no band in here.
Talk to me quick before I forget. I can't remember nothing when I take that hit. on us up now, Juju. Yeah, ready to Juju wind you up, baby. Ready to Juju wind you up now. Ready to Juju wind you up, baby. All right. Wind me up now.
See, this is what I'm glad this is happening right there, because I always tell the people on the board and so forth that when they talk about their favorite lead talkers or lead rappers, I always say it's Chuck. I don't care who.
Yeah.
'Cause you know what I'm saying? The point of partying is to get with the ladies, you know what I'm saying? So what's all the, all the other records? It's slick and stuff, but I prefer slick.
There you go.
That's what's gangster to me.
Yeah.
It's slick.
Yeah.
You know, you'll see gangsters doing dumb stuff, but
well, some of my stuff is corny, but it's catchy. You
It ain't corny if it's with a tight beat, though.
And when I'm
right?
talking about them ladies, they don't think it's corny.
That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
I love it when the ladies call me props.
And I love it too.
I gotta
'cause
give
they
the ladies
say-
their props. Their finest wine in the front and behind, and their cool personality rocks.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
Where you gonna get that at?
DC,
Much
boy.
respect to all the backyards and everybody, but you're not gonna get. Nah, that's entertainment, man. And then it spreads throughout the crowd.
I know.
That's when I start having fun.
So,
Man.
boy, if I know it's wild to say, but if you could do anything different, is there anything you would do different?
Well, if I could do anything different, I wouldn't have been a drunk when I started this. Back in them days, I was not an alcoholic. I was a drunk. If I could do anything different, I wouldn't. I wouldn't never have been drinking so much.
Well, that mean all this would happen even sooner. Then.
Maybe,
Yeah.
and maybe not. It's hard to tell.
Right.
Because at that point in time, I was inspired by alcohol, not drugs, alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I was an alcoholic, and I became an alcoholic. Right after my 27th birthday, and I drank for about 30 some odd years.
Right.
Fifth a day, fifth of a pint a day, 2 pints a day, every day, and it kept me motivated. You know what I'm saying? That's something to say about alcohol. It kept me motivated,
Right.
and energetic, and all worries. I didn't worry about nothing.
Right.
It kept worries away from me. You know what I mean? Of course,
Yeah.
Chuck Baby didn't give up.
How about that?
You
How
know?
about that? How about that? How about that? So that is awesome to create and carry such a legacy. I know I'm gonna say that over and over, but
I appreciate
like I
it.
said, I couldn't imagine that. What do you see?
I haven't had a drink in 12 years.
See, awesome.
You follow me?
Excellent.
I haven't had a
Yeah.
drink now in 12 years.
That's
I thank
beautiful.
God for that, and my precious wife
Beautiful.
and children.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You. Nah, that's awesome. So, where do you see, or what would you like to see Go-Go?
I would like to see it nationwide, like my record is doing now.
Right.
I would like to see all now. There's a lot of go-go nationwide now. Trouble Funk, they're all over in Europe.
Right.
They're playing their records over there.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, my records in Trouble Funk go-go records were the first go-go records ever played in Europe.
Okay.
Now, and for a while there, I don't know whether they still got it, but for a while there, they had a station in Germany that played go-go 24/7.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, everybody's got that center record where they got played, right? Essence, Resident Boys.
Yeah.
Everybody
I'm sorry.
got their records played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would like to see Go-Go pick up like that, because some of the rappers used to come to my shows at Masonic Temple,
right,
before rap ever came out. And I'm up there talking to the people and not rhyming. And I was thinking all the time, maybe I should be rhyming to some of these people with this stuff. You know, I never did get into it.
Yeah.
But I'd rhyme a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but I didn't take it seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Me neither.
But how do you think Go-Go can get nationwide? You have the vision, but how do you think it can get there?
Well, follow me.
Right. It's
How
on the
about
bands,
You understand?
right? It's on the bands.
You understand?
I understand.
It's on the band. What we're trying to tone it down a little bit. Chucky Thompson and John Phipps and I are trying to tone Go-Go down a little bit without having congos blasting over top. All of the tunes on the CD.
Okay.
You got to have some of the tunes toned down.
Okay.
You know, light percussion, just like Chuck Baby. You notice the percussion on there. You don't hear the congos out.
Right.
Blasting all over top of everything. You
Not
can
the
hear
front like
everything in the record distinctively. You
Not
see?
just the congos.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's clear, you know. And then we got a couple of tunes on there with the congos sticking out and carrying the whole tune.
Right.
Like the party roll. And you know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah. What's the other one that
Be Bobby then clock it in, flip flop
Clock,
it in,
flip,
pop it
that's
in,
my
DJ,
joint. Yeah.
drop it in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them DJs to play this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
I hear it every
Shout out.
day.
That's my dog. That's my
Every
man, dog.
day.
Love you, Steve. God bless you, man.
You know what? I'm gonna say it here first. We heard it here first. I always said, man, Steve love him some Chuck. Steve and Chuck ought to do a version of When the Funk Hits the Fan.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be something?
You know what I'm
Break
saying?
me off a
never do
piece.
that.
Yeah, break me
Off a piece of
That would be-
funk.
It was more than an honor to be over on this man's show. You know what I'm saying? It was more than an honor. And we're doing something together in the near future. It's in Miami. In Roanoke. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
The
they
27th of May.
I thought it was in Vegas. We're doing something in Vegas, but I thought it was with him. Which one we with Maze? We're doing something with Maze too.
wow.
Where's that?
Where?
Roanoke.
Oh,
on
that's
the
close
27th
enough.
of
We
May.
can go there.
Yeah.
We can go
The
there.
27th of June in Roanoke.
We're there.
Steve Harvey.
Road trip.
Is that Steve?
Yeah,
on,
road trip.
We with Steve on that or Maze? Okay.
Okay.
I know we with Steve on
Yeah,
one
because
of them.
they to the point on Steve's show that they do Chuck Brown impressions.
But
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I
Oh
said.
man,
That's
yeah.
tight.
That's
You know
what
what I'm
I
Yeah,
saying?
I don't know for nobody, man. Come on, you one for me. I'm Chuck Brown. I'm Godfather. You got one for me.
That's
Yeah,
what
but,
introduced me to the new
You know, I
album.
don't
And I'm
owe
saying-
my for nobody. You don't know how big I is. You don't know how big I am either.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. That's awesome.
Oh,
So,
man.
like I said, first of all, I want to appreciate you for coming through.
It's my honor.
Definitely.
I mean, it's just an honor for all of it. This is the whole crew. You know, some was the rain.
Oh,
we
right.
got
That's
home
wonderful.
from work. That's
Pleased to
Lamar.
meet all of y'all.
Right.
And this
See, you young people, yeah, you keep me inspired. You see, I got a young wife, huh? We got 4 beautiful children and 3 grandchildren and a nothing on the way. Hello, not another one, a nothing.
nothing.
Yes. Please meet you,
Very
precious
nice
young
to
lady. God bless you. Yeah, that's
You know,
my
I actually worked with you before, man.
You did.
Well, me and Kato
that?
in Keith basement when y'all used to practice.
Oh, Keith, yeah.
And in Godstar Entertainment when Keith had moved out by South Dakota Avenue.
Out South Dakota Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember all of it. That's quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a few years ago. I saw Keith not too long ago.
Oh, that's my man.
I'm gonna keep home. That's my dog. What's up, Keith? Love you, man. Shout out to you, brother.
We'll say it.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Kato.